Hey everyone, and welcome to Midnight Spook Show. So, wow. Where do we start? I know it has been quite some time since I've been in this environment, in this chair, around these types of spooky things, but I'm here to tell you, your girl is back. It has taken me quite some time to even get to this point. As you know, I have been gone for quite some time, and I didn't really give anybody any explanation as to where I had been or what was going on. I just, like that, dropped off the face of the earth. So I feel like I know I don't necessarily owe anybody an explanation. There had been things that were going on that needed my attention more so than my YouTube channel. Not that I don't love you guys. It's just life sometimes has a way of twisting and turning, and of course we are never prepared. Most of the time we're not prepared, and even when we are, things don't normally go the way that they're supposed to. So there have been so many times when I've actually came up here, had all my setup ready, started to film or tried to film, and I had to stop because I felt like the timing wasn't quite right. Either I couldn't get through making the video, I couldn't find the right words to say, I was constantly stumbling over my words or trying to figure out how to tell you some things without being too invasive on my privacy. But I also felt like there were times when I was successful and I could sit down and I could record one of these videos and be okay, but then I would go to edit them and I just felt like things still weren't quite right. You sometimes wait to get the right signs from the universe or different things that may happen in your life, but I feel like nothing had led me to the point where I was comfortable enough uploading a video such as this. To say it in the easiest way possible, 2017 was one of the most challenging and difficult years of my entire life. I and Joey and our family had gone through a lot of things. Not only was it affecting my personal life, it was affecting our business and everything else in between. And I'm not going to go into a lot of the detail because it is personal, but I will kind of give you an idea of some of the things that were going on. In the moment when everything was happening, it was when I was filming my videos that there were certain things that needed my attention and me to be physically present and in the moment so that I could take care of it so things could get better. One of the hardest things, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional about it, although we all know that that could be difficult, but our lab, Marilyn, was starting to show signs of things were wrong. We just knew that there was something wrong. So, just a warning, things are gonna get like really serious really fast, and there's a good possibility I'm gonna cry because I'm already tearing up and I don't even mean to. But let's get into it. So it was probably July, August of last year that I started to notice some changes in our lab, Marilyn. If you have seen any of our past videos, you will know that she's been in quite a few of them. You can go back and figure out who she is. She's the yellow lab. So she was losing weight at an accelerated amount of time. She lost a lot of weight in like just a 3-month period. She just wasn't acting herself. Her physical appearance was changing. So it caused concern, and I'm just gonna put it in the easiest way possible. We went through a lot of testing and quite, how do I want to put it? We had to spend a lot of money. We had to spend a lot of time. We had to spend a lot of energy into trying to figure out what was wrong with Marilyn. She had Sorry, guys. When we noticed that she was losing weight, we took her to the vet, and we ran some tests. Hang on. Okay, sorry. I brought tissues because I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Don't mind this. One of the reasons too I wanted to sit down and do this was because I wanted to be my true and real and authentic self and not just try to put a mask on something because I didn't want to look like an idiot crying on the TV, internet, you know. I feel like a lot of people have those cry videos, like I'm pouring my heart out, but this is something that I am extremely passionate about, something that has hit me harder than a lot of things. So yeah, this is me. This is what I've been having to deal with for the past couple of months. So I apologize. I don't mean to be a complete Debbie Downer in this, but I feel like it's fair to you guys to explain what has been going on. Doing so may elicit tears. It's just what happens. I'm a very emotional person. Being an empath especially, I feel things a lot stronger. And I know it's been quite some time, but it still feels like it was yesterday for me. Okay, we took her to the vet and ran a series of tests, and unfortunately the test had come back that she was in liver failure and her kidneys weren't functioning correctly, and that we needed to find somebody to treat her as soon as humanly possible because my vet was not capable of doing so. She just did not have the means to figure out what was going on. She just knew that there was something to be extremely, extremely aware of and needed to take action. So we packed up our things, we packed up ourselves in Maryland, and we headed out of state to a specialist and spent a ridiculous amount of time and money on tests and hours just sitting there waiting as these tests were being performed and waiting for the results and not getting any answers. And we had to come back home for a day and then go back out again. And even after all this time and all these tests that had been completed, we still didn't have any sort of answer whatsoever what was going on. All we knew that she was in liver failure and that her kidneys weren't functioning correctly. They had done so many tests that I wanted to give Marilyn a break because I'm sure that not only was she not feeling well because of her status, but all the tests that she had to go through were pretty invasive, and it took a toll on her. It took a toll on us. So we had pretty much stopped anything else that was going on in our life and focused on our family and taking care of her. And her care was round the clock. 100% of my day and Joey's day was revolved around Marilyn's care and her medications, her feeding, her everything, literally just everything. So that was October 9th. And excuse me. Throughout the whole process, she would make good progress out of nowhere. It seemed like things were getting better. And then there would be random times when she would just not have as much energy as she did the other day, or she wasn't eating as often as she should be, and we had to be really picky about what she was eating. So I started creating meals for her and literally just taking care of her in every sort of aspect. So a few months passed. We went through Halloween, we went through Thanksgiving, we got through Christmas, and she started exhibiting signs of just worsening even more. The doctors, neither the specialist that we were seeing or our vet, were able to come up with any sort of answers. They just did not know what was going on. But Marilyn's health continued to decline. So it was the night before Christmas, or the night before New Year's Eve, we noticed that she just really was not feeling well. So we took her to the vet that day. It had snowed. We had got snowed in. Like, we didn't get any snow any other time. We woke up and had like 10 inches of snow outside. We had to trudge through all the snow and get her to the vet to try to see what was going on, because she was just worsening and there was nothing that we could do to try to make her feel better, try to get her to eat, and we just needed somebody to kind of explain things. So at that point, we had already spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to figure this all out. We had drove hundreds of miles back and forth and put her through so many different regimens of medicine and food and everything else, and nothing was working. So we finally got to the point where she had stopped eating. She had played in the snow. We went over to Joey's parents' house and she was over there. And then whenever we came back, she just really wasn't acting herself. She didn't want to be around anybody. So I just let her be. Needless to say, without us even expecting it, she passed on her own the morning of New Year's Eve. So despite our efforts and everything that we had gone through and what she had gone through, we in a way didn't have to make the decision to do what no pet parent wants to make. I know it's really difficult making that decision, but it was Marilyn who decided. It was really difficult leading up to the last day of the year, having to say goodbye to my best friend. Marilyn was like my soul dog. She was my familiar. She was my best friend. She was literally everything to me. She had been through every single moment that me and Joey had been together. Yeah, that we've been together for 9 years this year. And leading up to that point, she was with us through pretty much every single hard time that me and Joey had gone through. She's seen everything. She's been there for everything. She's always been right by my side. She chose me as her person. So I feel like I was truly and deeply impacted by this in a way that I never thought that I would be. So when it came time for her to make her own decision that it was her time to leave us, I had to kind of like step back and look at it in a different type of light. And I started realizing how symbolic everything had been. And I don't know if you guys are like this too. I like to take signs from the universe, from those who have passed on, those gut instincts that we get. And I realized how Marilyn had chosen the very last day of 2017 to say goodbye. And the whole thing of just thinking that this was the last day of the year, we were going into 2018 without having to worry about what was going on with her and continuing that into the new year. And in a way, we just sort of looked at it that Marilyn wanted to end everything at the last day of the year so that we could move on with 2018 being a better year than last year was. And that hit me hard whenever I made that realization. But then it also made me think, like, this world and this life, like, everything works in so many mysterious ways, but everything somehow syncs up. And it was just as difficult as losing somebody is, or facing tragedy, or like this entire situation. All of last year was just extremely, extremely traumatic for us. That's pretty much what has been going on. I felt that it was very important for me to focus on myself, my mental health, my soul, just everything, my family. I wanted to be there. Like, I didn't want to do anything or be anywhere or be with anyone unless it was Joey or our dogs. And we both sort of had to work through that. So we're back. And I appreciate everybody being here, basically. Sometimes things work in really weird ways. As I was speaking before, you receive these signs and you sort of have to go for it when you get them. You got to trust your gut. You have to go with the flow and take these things that you're not sure why they're being shoved in your face, but pay attention to them. So we were really focusing on ourselves, and I just couldn't bring myself to even log on to any of the social media networks. I couldn't even get on YouTube and watch other people's videos, let alone sit down and, you know, film my own. But there had been one day that it was in particularly really hard for me. Grieving is really weird. It's so different for everybody, but I've been having a really hard time with a lot of this. And long story short, we have opened our hearts and have allowed another puppy into our home. It's really odd, the similarities that she has to Marilyn, so I feel like she had been sent to us. And you'll get introduced to her later. I think she's sleeping right now. She's been wrestling with her sisters, but she had come, her name's Nova. We welcomed her into our home April 13th. Friday, April 13th. So yeah, she has been with our family, and we'll have another opportunity to meet her. But I just wanted to include you guys and say thank you so much for everything, for reaching out. And this isn't going to be the end. I just wanted to say your girl is back, and I promise I'm not going to have any more of these types of videos. I just wanted to be down, like sit down and show my raw emotion, my real authentic self, not sugarcoat anything or act like everything that we had gone through in 2017 didn't mean anything. It's changed me. I am not the person that I was before. But I did want to tell you there are lots of new changes that are coming to my channel. You will notice across every of my social media networks that things are going to be changing. And I'm excited to share with you guys some of the things that I've come up with. My new style. I'm almost in a way like rebranding, and showing, I just want to get down to the nitty-gritty of who I am, what interests me, my loves, my passion for Halloween, the paranormal, and everything spooky and creepy, and I want to share that with you guys. So thank you so much for being here. Again, it means so much to me. Thank you for giving me this time. If you're still here, it really means a lot. And if you're new, and if you've made it through this video this entire way, wow, is all I have to say. Wow. It means a lot. So look forward to some videos that we got going on. I have some updated paranormal experiences that I can share with you. Things that I haven't shared with anybody. And there's other experiences that I've shared with a very close friend of mine, and I will get into that. And I'm just very excited. I know it's been a while. I miss so many of you, and am so excited to get back into everything and create and just make these changes. So if you're interested and you are wanting to find out more about what's to come in the future, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. If you guys want to comment below too, maybe some video suggestions. What is it that you like to see on these types of channels? I know what I like to see, and I know there's some people who really enjoy other series. I'm maybe thinking about starting different series and stuff too. So what types of videos are your favorite videos that I have done, or maybe some video suggestions? I'd love to hear them. So I hope whatever it is for you, day, night, afternoon, middle of the night, whatever, I hope that the rest of it goes well, and I will see you all in my next video and very soon.